Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the system that Scopely is going to implement with regards to duplicate gold mythics. There's going to be two things that they're going to introduce, so you do get a choice effectively of where you want to go with your duplicates. If you're like me and you're sitting on multiple of the same gold mythic from day one of Conquest, I managed to get 4 culls, I don't even know, then you will want to stay tuned. If you're one of the lucky few that does not have a duplicate gold mythic, I will just say the word is yet, because it's almost definitely going to come eventually. Select recruits, mythic recruit tokens, gold mythic recruit tokens, events. It's gonna happen. So definitely stick around and find out what you can do with those gold mythics to trade in for other gold mythics or enhance your current gold mythics on your roster. And you can do this with the Scopely announcement of limit breaks and the bit shop, 2 separate ways, like I said, to use your duplicate gold mythics. So I'll read through the information. It says, "Greetings survivors, the long-awaited gold duplicate information post is here. As players progress their mythic fighter rosters, they are likely to run across copies of fighters they cannot yet use. It is our goal that everything you get in the Conquest world has value, and today we are revealing the 2 systems in which you can use these duplicate fighters, the bit shop and limit breaks. Both of these systems are planned to go live in-game in early June, so you have time to prepare." Now first we'll go over the bit shop information, and it says the first way you can use your duplicate fighters will be through our brand new bit shop. The bit shop will contain incredible rewards, so don't miss out. How to get bits. The bit shop will live in the grey market and have valuable rewards, including some of our most powerful gold mythic fighters. How do you get bits? Here's the breakdown. Selling 1 gold mythic character gets you gilded bits times 1. Selling 1 S-class character gives you rare bits times 2. And selling 1 6-star character gives you rare bits times 1. I don't think any of these need to be leveled up or ascended or anything. It's just as long as it's that character tier, those are the things you'll get from selling them. Selling the various types of fighters in the depot will reward you with the allotted bit currencies. We recommend being extra careful when selling gold mythic fighters and locking all of your favorites on your roster to avoid any potential mistakes, because it isn't just going to be your chance to sell your mythic duplicates. You could potentially sell gold mythics that you don't think are worth investing in or worth having on your roster. Kind of like how the current 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star and S-class system works, when you can just sell any of those for supply depot tokens. This is effectively the same sort of situation. Now there are some shop details here. The bit shop will be a reoccurring monthly tab in the grey market, so that means it will refresh every month. The bit shop will contain gold mythic fighters, silver tokens, limited quantities of trainers and world energy refills. Each month the bit shop will refresh the stock of items available, and some of the items in the shop may change. There are 2 portions of the shop where you can redeem both gilded bits and rare bits. Gilded bit shop section. Every month a selection of gold mythic fighters will be available in the bit shop, which will allow you to turn your duplicate fighters into shiny new gold fighters of your choice. Each month 2 of the offered characters will be on sale for a discounted price. A new fighter will enter the shop and an old fighter will leave the shop. Here is an example configuration of the gold section of the bits shop. So here we have their example of what the gold section could look like. We have 2 characters on sale, Magna and Alice, and this will be happening every single month. There'll be 2 characters on sale, and you can see that gilded bits times 4, so it will require 4 breakdowns of duplicate gold mythics to get one of these on sale characters. Or you could go for a non-on sale character where you could get 2 of these characters of each. And you can even see there's a Dale here, so maybe they're giving this example just to say this is where they do plan to put former promos into the game. Could be in this gilded shop. And we'll just scroll down. The other characters doesn't make too much of a difference. It's just an example pretty much. But it does look like they're planning to have quite a few characters in there. And the majority of them are going to cost 5 gilded bits. And they are going to be able to claim 2 of these. So it would mean you need to break down 10 duplicate gold mythics to be able to get 2 gold mythics of your choice. It does finish up this section by saying the bit shop will have some awesome fighters to buy over time, including that were previously only available in Premier Mythics and Step Up Recruits. Each month, a new fighter will be added and the sales will change, so be on the lookout for great deals. Now there is also some information with what you can do with your rare bits from selling S-Class and 6-star characters. In addition to gilded bits, players will also be able to accumulate rare bits from selling extra S-Class and 6 stars. It is not the design intent for players to start selling all of their progressed S-Class, only to sell extra copies. Here is an example configuration of the rare bit section of the shop, and you can see it's pretty small, not much going on, but you can see that you can get quite a lot of stuff. And I think this is probably going to be on a monthly refresh as well. We'll see if that information is going to be given to us. But you can see a silver mythic choice token costs 12 rare bits. So you sell 12 6 stars and you get a silver mythic of your choice. That seems pretty reasonable considering you get a lot of 6 stars from elite character tokens, and I believe you get 8 pulls on the elite character tokens per level up if you just hit 500k. So it's actually pretty decent, especially for newer players. They're going to be able to get, specific characters they want to tier up. For veterans, this is obviously mainly going to be fodder, but there may be that silver character that you do want to have max tier as well. The limit of these seemingly per month potentially would be 5 of each, because there is a random version as well that costs a little bit less. You can get Bernadettes, which only cost 4 rare bits. A Bernadette is the value of 4 Benedicts, and you can get up to 10 of these. That's actually pretty good. And then there is world energy refills, and now you can get up to 100 of these. And I know this is going to be very useful for a lot of people because they're going through world energy like mad, trying to farm the gear. The drop rate isn't amazing, so you're just trying to farm. Your world energy is going down. As much as you're getting quite a reasonable amount of world energy now from wars with the choice box, this is going to help quite a lot. It does finish off by saying the bit shop will be a great way for players to turn extra fighters in their roster into even more character progression and power. Just being able to get loads of silver mythics from your 6 stars seems actually pretty good. It's basically ascension without the requirements of actually ascending. It just costs a little bit more characters. If this is a monthly refresh, obviously that is great. Now there is some information regarding limit breaks, and there is going to be Conquest expansions. There have been a lot of questions about the Conquest game mode because a lot of people are on the second one. I myself are like 70% of the way through the second Conquest. It is getting harder and harder and harder and harder, but if I complete that, what happens next? Here's some information regarding that. It says, in addition to the bit shop, limit breaks and Conquest expansions will be entering the Conquest world in early June. Limit breaks are a way to push your mythic characters beyond their max potential and battle against the even more powerful Conquest foes in new loops of the game mode. Limit breaks. Limit breaks will be a new way to power up your mythic fighters even further. Eventually, each mythic fighter will have 3 limit breaks available. However, limit breaks 2 and 3 will be introduced into the game over a span of many months so as to not overload players. For this first June update, only 1 limit break will be added. Only grade 5 fighters are eligible for limit breaks. Once at grade 5, you can limit break a fighter by ascending it using a single gold duplicate. Limit breaking a fighter will grant 40 new available levels, which require new gear to unlock, grant an adrenaline rush and signature move improvement, and provide the opportunity to improve a single mythic ability already present on the fighter. Each time a limit break is introduced, the gear required for previous levels below will become more available in-game. Because limit breaks will be introduced over time, you'll be able to sell copies of these fighters for gilded bits in the grey market before you can limit break them. Please make these decisions carefully. Future limit breaks will allow you to bring your oldest characters up to new powerful levels to maintain relevance in whatever combat metas and challenges you face. So this is pretty much what a lot of other games do, where they introduce new gear tiers. It is happening quite quickly, honestly, after the Conquest update. We're looking at only a couple of months in and we're already having a gear tier expansion. But as long as the older gear is going to be easier to come by, I'm not really sure where we're going to get the new gear though. Because like right now we can get the top tier gear from farming the world map. As much as the drop rate is bad, we can farm it on the world map. This new tier of gear that they're talking about, unless they're going to expand the world map some more, or like rebuild how the world map works, we're not going to be able to farm it. So it potentially is going to be really hard to come by. And lastly, it talks about the Conquest expansions. Each time a limit break is introduced, so will another loop of Conquest mode. Each new loop will get tougher and tougher, and the fighters that make up the challenging boss levels will change. You may see fighters that aren't even released in the game yet. As you progress further through the loops, the rewards will keep increasing as well. Limit breaking a lieutenant will increase the available cap on your lieutenant levels by 15, push your lieutenants to new heights, and keep your fighters powerful. So this is already saying that lieutenant levels are going to get a boost as well. I believe the top level of a lieutenant was 600, so it potentially will go up to 645 with this, with 3 limit breaks. We are only going to get the first limit break initially, so it'll only go up by 15, but already the lieutenant system is also going to get a boost. Personally, I'm nowhere near the current max, so I don't think there are going to be too many people near the current max of 600 levels on each of their lieutenants, but when they get there, they'll be able to raise it by another 15 levels. So that's it for limit breaks and the bit shop. In terms of how I feel about this, I think that having a choice is good, and the choices seem, you know, pretty different. One obviously is going to enhance the character you already have, and the other is going to effectively give you chances of getting new characters. Now, there are obviously downsides to both of these. I think the amount of gilded bits we need is quite high, considering, you know, personally I've been playing for 2 months and I've got 3 dupes. It's going to be hard to get those characters, so especially long term with the limit breaks, we're going to have 5 of each character. They're going to have to start throwing gold mythics out quite regularly. I think the select token wheel needs a refresh already, but also needs to have that 2% bumped up a little bit, of course. You know, at least get some extra gold mythics in people's hands. And definitely the promo wheel needs already a look at, because right now I think it's 2 for 340 pulls. In the future, people are going to need to pull 5. What's that, like 8? Is that 850? 850 pulls to get 5 characters. You know, that's crazy. I think they definitely need to look at that, honestly, because that's going to be nuts. I think they could potentially put those gilded bits in the promo wheel, like a 5 or 10% drop rate. So on average, you get between 1 and 2 gold mythics through gilded bits on a 100 pull on the promo wheel. Right now, the promo wheel value is really, really low, just because there isn't any like good low amounts of, you know, stuff that you can get. And I did actually kind of submit an idea to Scopely about putting the Walking Dead gold medals in there that we can get from the current roadmaps, and we can hand in for gold mythics, because they basically are like S-class cards, and if they were dropping between 50 and 100 per pull when you got them, and then potentially you could get that lucky 1,500 pull, which is 10% of that character in the museum, kind of like 1,000 cards was 10% of the S-class, and if that had like a 20% drop rate on the wheel, that'd actually be good. You know, reducing the 5-star amount, increasing the amount of potential mythic rewards that you can get from doing promo pools just seems to obviously increase the value. And yeah, I think that's where a lot of question marks are going to be around. Like right now, it's a bit much to get the 2. In the future, it's going to be crazy to get the 5. Obviously, the 5 will probably be quite a long way away. It probably takes about a month and a half to complete an entire conquest. So we're probably looking at about 5 or 6 months until we get up to 5 gold mythics needed to max out a character, which is, like I say, is kind of crazy. But, you know, at least we have the gilded part of the store now. So, for instance, if you did see, like, Alice in there and you already had 2 Alice, you could just buy 2 Alice from the guild store and you've got 4. And then you could get another Alice from your supply depot. You know, you want to keep an eye on your supply depot again. You know, characters like Tyrese and Sandy, if they pop up and you've already got 2, suddenly that's going to become more valuable. If you want to keep an eye on your SR depot, if that Dwight pops up again and you've already got 2, you want to pick up another one potentially. So yeah, it is interesting. We'll have to see how it works. It's going to be about a month out. Hopefully I can get some, you know, nice early look at this in terms of like visuals for you guys. But the way it sounds, at least we get something to do with duplicates, but I know there's going to be a lot of question marks, mainly about how the limit break system works. It is worth knowing that limit break, I'm pretty sure, is a terminology that was used in previous Final Fantasy games. So shout out to my Final Fantasy fans in chat who instantly were like, limit breaks? I'm pretty sure I heard that in Final Fantasy. I think it's Final Fantasy 7, right? I'm not sure if it's any other Final Fantasy games, but limit breaks, I'm pretty sure, is like the rush name in those games. But yeah. We'll talk about this, no doubt, on my live streams and stuff, guys, but do leave your comments down below on your thoughts about limit breaks and the bit shop, with what you can do with your duplicates effectively. That is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.